So Mark Bannerman's driving me around here, and what I'm going to do is a feature on the Moorfoot building. I thought I'd give you a different angle on it coming from the car here before I get on the ground. And Mark certainly does inspire me with what he does. But there you can see the Moorfoot building, and what they're going to do is they're talking about converting the Moorfoot building into the hanging gardens of Moorfoot. I mean, I don't know if you recognise the ironic way I said that, or if it came across, but I think the building needs knocking down, personally. To me, this started the destruction of Sheffield in 1979. They cut Sheffield off from London Road, and at the time what they did is they brought up a lot of jobs from London because it was a manpower commissions building, and the last probably 5 or 10 years it's been taken over by Sheffield City Council. But I think at the moment they're probably trying to find out where they can get the money from to actually convert this building into flats or whatever.
That's interesting. It said car park, didn't it?
Yeah.
And there, you just focus on that sign. It says government building, no public right of way.
Yeah.
So why does it say car park? That's allured me in.
Yeah, well the thing is, Mark, I think you could walk under here from London Road at one bit, but they've closed it off. Yeah, this is how you walked in from London Road. And you can see some metal gates at the bottom.
There's a sign there. Can you get that on the video? Car park entrance.
It says car park entrance just there, but yeah. But you can see at one bit the public had a footpath through here from London Road, and then they said that there's a security risk in allowing the public to walk under this building anymore, which is such a shame. But what I'll do is I'll get out of the car now and give you a boots on the ground view around this building of what they're going to do. So at one bit, this is London Road. Trams and cars could come up into the centre of Sheffield and under where the Moorfoot building is. So I'll just quickly take you through this underpass. But to me, when they built the Moorfoot building at the bottom of the Moor in the early 80s, that was when they started to kill off Sheffield city centre. I think it was 1979 they put a temporary block on the Moor for cars, and then in 1980 then built the Moorfoot building. But I've seen old footage of the trams from the 1900s and the 1960s coming directly up the Moor from London Road. So you can see London Road across there now. But this is going to become the hanging gardens of Moorfoot, and they're going to completely change all this area around here again. They'll probably destroy all the road system around here and just make it even more complicated than it really is. But there's artist impressions of this, and I'll put something in. But I don't think the hanging gardens of Moorfoot's quite the hanging gardens of Babylon, if that's where it was. But at one bit, the public could walk straight under this building.
I know where it is, actually.
And I'll just show it you in a moment. Would have walked straight through here and under the building. But that's been blocked off, and it was blocked off for security reasons. Well, it's not really a government building anymore, it's Sheffield City Council. So why aren't we opening this back up? And what I'll do is I'll go around to the other side and show you the gates from the other side where they blocked it off. But I've just been speaking to a security guard, and he was saying that people have tried to get into their offices and that from here, but anybody can still walk in here, it's not secure, so why stop the public coming through here and going through the right passageway into Sheffield? But we'll get round the other side of the building in a moment. I'm just trying to find out where I am at the moment because I just get so disorientated in Sheffield. I need to go to the other side of the building and just show you from there where they're knocking down a load of units around there. So we're around the other side of the Moorfoot building here, as you can see, but I think it needs smashing down, and I think they need to bring a tram network from one end of Sheffield to the other, straight through here. But just here, we're really thriving sort of out of town centre units, and I'll just go around the roadside here and you can see. So you can see St Mary's Church over there. I reckon that Decathlon building will go. I think somebody else also mentioned that to me. I think that was Dora Vernon. But you can see these were once thriving units around here, and somehow they all became disused. But I just want to show you an interesting feature around here. So you can see more of it. It's all been cordoned off, this area around here now. But these were really busy units. But you can see this is the River Porter down here. And I'm actually stood on what is known as Bramall Lane Bridge. So Bramall Lane's down there, and that's Bramall Lane Road, and Bramall Lane Road used to come right up here before Air Street existed, and it used to come right up into town centre, but it doesn't anymore. But this is the River Porter here, looks quite high. Bit of a sign on it, but on the artist impression it's showing all this area being very different round here. So all this area, whether it becomes an open space or more offices, flats, I don't know. But I'll get round to the other side where the gates are at the bottom of the moor and just show you that, where it's been shut off right at the bottom of the moor. So we're coming up to the bottom of the moor now. But everybody's forced around the bottom of the moor, and they wonder why the shops shut down at the bottom of the moor. I've been out with Mark Bannerman today, and he's actually outside the Crucible Fountain. Now this cost the price of a house when it was actually built in the late 70s, early 80s. I think it was £30,000, and it's not worked for years. But I think I could have spent much better money than 30,000 quid on a fountain that no longer works. But here was the gates that used to walk under the building after they built it. Like I said previously, cars, trams would have been driving straight up here, unhindered by this building. But I think the best thing for this building is to be knocked down. I think at this bottom end, I think all it does is you've got shops either side, but people tend to come round the side and ignore these shops, so they're not getting the footfall anyway around here. You can just see the new market hall there, which should never have been built at the bottom of the moor. It should have been in the Castlegate area where it's been for 750 years. So that's just a big quick view of what's going to be coming here, the hanging gardens of Moorfoot. And this looks more like something from communist Russia. Well, Sheffield was, or South Yorkshire was known as a socialist republic. So that's it, just a quick view of the Moorfoot building and the future plans.